This video is intended to help you get started with the course by orienting you to our course Blackboard site. So let's dig in. First off, when you log in, you'll be taken to the announcements section of the site, and you should see our welcome announcement with some video links, including the course intro link, and you'll see some other announcements as well with important information. One post gives you instructions on how to insert an image into the discussion board. The next one tells you how to access Creative Cloud. So we are going to be using Adobe Illustrator in this course, and to a lesser extent we'll be using Adobe Photoshop. So you will need access to that. And by following the links in this announcement, you'll be able to access information about student pricing. The next link is information about how to access a website called lynda.com, which offers tutorials in software such as Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. If you're not that familiar with Illustrator, I suggest giving this Illustrator Quick Start a try. It's a series of videos that just helps you get started with Illustrator. The easiest way to access Lynda is through the public library. You'll be able to access it for free with a library card. And the quickest way is to go through the Cleveland Public Library. So if you don't already have an account, there's a link here that shows you how to set up an account online, and you should be able to gain access within a day or two. As a student at Tri-C, you also have access to Microsoft Office, which you can get for free. Again, follow the link to find out more. Once you've read through the announcements, the next thing you should do is go to the Start Here link. Click on that. You have to click a couple of times to get in there. This video is going to be posted to this Watch Video link. You'll want to go to the course syllabus next. The course syllabus should open up in another browser tab, but if you have a pop-up blocker activated on your browser, it may just open up in right within Blackboard, which is fine. You can still access it there. You can print it, you can download it. There's a clickable table of contents, and I would suggest going to the preliminary schedule of topics, assignments, and due dates just to get a sense of, and actually up above that there's information about the types of assignments and how things are going to be graded. But below that, the schedule, generally this is the schedule that we're going to be sticking with. So review that to get a sense of the pacing of the course. Take a look at the late work policy and read over the rest of the syllabus. Now there is going to be a short syllabus quiz, which is accessible through this link. So if you click on the link down here, you can launch that quiz. That quiz is due at the end of this week. And there are some other things to click on and read over. All right, so I suggest that you go through the entire Start Here section, and then once you're finished with that, go to week 1. So the way this is set up is that every week there will be a new link for that week under the lessons area in Blackboard. So the beginning of week 2, for example, a week 2 link will pop up. So you want to be aware of the current week. This is week 1, so let's go ahead and click on that. And for each week, there's a list of what's going to be due at the end of that week. For this week, there's a lecture. So if you click on this link, so in the table of contents, all of these links are clickable. Go ahead and click on the lecture link. If you click on the folder like I just did, you can scroll through using the arrows over here. All right, and there's a video that I would like you to watch that explains the difference between vector versus raster graphics. There is a quiz quiz 1 on the material. There are two ways to get to the quiz. There's a shortcut in the week 1 section. So if I click on that quiz 1 link and then go to click to launch, it will open up the quiz. I can also go to the quizzes link and you can find quiz 1 here. You can also find the syllabus quiz as well. So a hint that I have for both quizzes is that you can open up another tab. All right, you can go to the quizzes, you can click on the quiz, and you can click begin. And as you take the quiz, you can go back and you can refer to the information in this video and then go back to the quiz. So you can have the lecture open in another window. You can do the same thing with the syllabus. You can have the syllabus open in another tab or window on your computer, and you can take the syllabus quiz. So you can refer to the syllabus as you take the quiz. Okay, so you'll want to go through the information in the week 1 folder. One of the things I'd like you to do this week is to introduce yourself. So if we go back to start here and you go to the Tell Us About Yourself link, you can click to launch that discussion forum. Now you can also find the discussion forum in the discussion board link. You can go directly to it. So here's the discussion forum. You can click on that and go to it and create a new thread. Or again, if you go back to start here, you can use the shortcut, Tell Us About Yourself, choose click to launch, and it takes you to the forum. So what I'd like you to do is to introduce yourself, create a new thread, and you can just name it something like About Me. And you can copy and paste this text into the text field. All right, so I'm just going to hit Command V or Control V on a PC, and I'm going to go ahead and just type my information in there. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself, answer these questions verbally. So you know, my name is Michael Kotis. Where am I from? I currently live in Lakewood. I grew up mainly in Fairview Park though. So I've lived on the west side of Cleveland for most of my life. Two interesting things about myself. The two interesting things don't have to be anything really personal, just whatever you're comfortable with. So for example, my two interesting things, the first interesting thing is that I'm left-handed, which isn't all that interesting to anybody but me, I guess. And my second interesting thing is that I have a black cat named Nubbins. Now, what would I like to get out of the class? So what I would like to get out of the class is that you get what you want out of the class. I want you to be successful in the class. That's my goal. So tell me what you want to get out of the class. And then here's something optional. Insert a picture of yourself or your pet in the text field. So you don't have to do this, but I recommend doing this as practice because each week we're going to be discussing your work, and I'm going to be asking you to post images of your work to a discussion forum so that we can take a look at them. So I'm going to go ahead and post a picture of my pet. So I can just delete this text, and I'm going to go to this little plus sign in a circle icon, and I'm going to go look for my image. So I'm going to choose Insert Local Files, and I have my image of Nubbins in a folder on my desktop. So I'm going to choose my image and then click Open, and my image comes into the text field of my thread. So it comes in fairly large, and most images do. It's a good idea most of the time to reduce the size of your image, because when the image is too large, it's kind of hard for us to see it. We have to scroll to see the whole thing. So an easy way to reduce your image size is just to click on it and then click and drag from the corner, and then just drag it, reduce it to the size that you need. All right, so there's Nubbins, and then just hit submit. All right, so this is my thread. This is just a preview. It's not going to show up. You're not going to see this thread when you do your own, but you will see your classmates' threads. Okay, so that's basically how you navigate our course Blackboard site. There are other resources, so I do recommend that you just explore the links on the left-hand side. My grades, you can click and find out. You can click and check your grades in My Grades. All right, so I look forward to seeing you in the threads, and have a great week.